Hello and welcome to Guardian Angel Food Pantry Finds. My name is Craig Bettenhausen, I'm your host, and I'm just some guy, so if I can cook this, so can you. Today we're doing vegetarian sausage fried dandelion greens. So you're going to start off with some sausage. Now, I am using vegetarian sausage, a Beyond brand in particular, but you can use any sausage, really. Any kind that comes in that tube, you're going to use about half the tube for the amount of greens I have here today, which is 2 bunches. I'm going to put that into a medium hot cast iron skillet or some other pan. Already has some oil in there. And then I'm just going to be cooking this up. Now this is very similar to any other sort of fried bitter greens, collards, kale, Swiss chard, anything like that. So I'm just going to be browning the sausage. I'm going to chop it up into little bits to get that sort of meaty crumbles you're used to. I'm going to be using a Creole spice on this one. You can use any spice mix you want, or none at all. I could see this going with taco seasoning or provincial seasoning, whatever you're into. I'm doing Cajun today. We use a fair amount, but that's partially because my Creole seasoning is kind of old, my Cajun seasoning. I'm just keep stirring that up, breaking it up into little, sausage bits, and getting that cooking. Now, while that's going to start to cook and brown, I'm going to cut up my greens. Now, I wasn't joking when I said dandelion greens. These are literally dandelions like the flower you're thinking of. These have been cultivated specifically to be eaten. You can gather them wild, just be careful you're not picking it from anywhere that uses pesticides or fertilizers. Now, the whole dandelion, every part of the plant, is edible or medicinal in some way. It's actually brought to this country on purpose as a survivalist crop. I'm just going to be chopping these greens up into kind of little ribbons. Now, you can't eat the stems. The stems are fine, and the stems are actually easier to eat and more flavorful than a kale stem, for example. But I'm going to be eating all this. I'm cooking for one this evening, so I don't need all that. Even not putting the stems in, there's a lot here. But as you know, anybody that cooks greens can tell you, and this will work for any greens, it cooks down a lot. So even though it's piling over the top of my skittle right now, it'll go down. Crush out some garlic. I'm going to chop off the end with the paper still on. I'm going to turn it over and smash it under my knife. That's going to get the paper off really easily. See, that paper now comes just right off. Zoop. And I'm just going to dice it. You could do a really nice dicing. I'm not really using super precise knife skills here. I'm giving it a rough dice. But it's like I said, I'm just some guy. I'm not a chef. If I can cook this, so can you. Every once in a while, you're going to go back and stir your greens. I'm also going to add a little bit of beer here to steam it and deglaze it a little bit. What you're looking for here is for the bright green of those dandelion greens to turn into a darker kind of a forest green. And you're going to look for it to kind of be wilting. And I've got some liquid in there. I'm going to put a cap on and steam it for a while. While that's steaming, I'm going to clean up a little bit, which I like to do because then at the end of my cooking time, I don't have a whole mess to clean up. I'm already done. Come back here, give it another stir. You see I'm starting to get the color change that I want here. I'm just going to make sure that's cooking evenly, get my sausage browning, maybe a little bit of browning on the greens here and there. It's not real precise. Remember, the seasoning's already in there. So once I've got it good and cooked, and you can see now it's the whole thing's steaming. My greens have browned and wilted. I'm going to stir it up a little bit more, and then I'm going to add in my garlic. Now I'm adding my garlic pretty close to the end because I like some of that sharp, almost fresh garlic bite. But if you'd like a sweeter, more mild garlic, put it in earlier. It's fine. Add a little bit of wine, like a tablespoon or two. Just deglaze. It's going to make some of the brown stuff on the bottom come up and release into the final dish. Time for a taste test. And yeah, it came out good. I probably did go a little bit heavy on the seasoning, but that's going to be real nice. After that, I'm just going to plate it up. And this has been sausage fried dandelion greens from the Church of the Guardian Angel Food Pantry Finds. I'm Craig Bettenhausen. Thank you for joining us.